Catherine Herring, I want to welcome you to the conversation. Your experience informs um, decision making, and it should inform decision making. And there are many, many women who have had similar experiences. You have the courage to speak up and to speak out, and we welcome you to the conversation.
Thank you. Thanks so much for having me. I wanted to give a little bit of context to my story before I begin. And it started in February of 2022. I actually caught my husband lying about his whereabouts, and that conversation led to a separation and an agreement to work on our marriage and attend marriage counseling. And a week later, I got the surprise news that I was pregnant. Um, and I decided, just with everything going on, it was important to share that news with my counselor present. And that news was not taken well by my husband. And the counselor suggested that we go to spring break together. We had two older kids, a 6 year old and a 2 year old at the time. And with a new baby on the way, she suggested maybe we take some time as a family. We did that. And the very next day after spring break, my husband appeared with breakfast in bed for me. And my initial thought was, wow, like maybe that trip was good for us. It was a very hopeful moment for our marriage. And he provided me with a plastic cup and a biscuit. And he said, while we were traveling on spring break, that he noticed I did not drink a lot of water. And he said, for the sake of my pregnancy, that I needed to stay hydrated. And so that's really where the assault started with this breakfast in bed. He sat down, we visited. He continued to urge me to drink. Um, and it felt a little off. It felt like there was something strange going on. And he continued to urge me to drink faster, at one point standing up, telling me to chug the water, that he would not leave our house until I finished the entire cup. And at that moment, I pulled the cup away from my lips and I looked down into the cup for the first time. And the water was not clear, it was milky, um, kind of creamy. And I immediately said, "What the hell is this?" As you can imagine. And he grabbed the cup out of my hand, looked into it, and said, "Oh, I must have grabbed a dirty cup. Okay, well, I'm late to work." And he left the house with the cup. Um, I, about 30 minutes later, started feeling horrible, cramping, um, just super sharp pains in my stomach. And I tried to get out of bed and make it to the bathroom. And I ended up having diarrhea in my pants trying to get to the bathroom simply from my bed. Um, I jumped into the shower, tried to get my body to calm down. Originally, I thought maybe it was food poisoning. What had I eaten the night before? I changed clothes, I got back into bed, and not long after, it happened a second time. And when that happened, I knew that something was horribly wrong and that there was something in that drink. I had, just in passing a few weeks prior, seen an article referencing abortion reversal pill ads. And I had not stopped to read that article in the moment, but that morning, that article came to mind. And I thought, I don't know if he's trying to harm me or if he's trying to harm the baby. But if there's something that I can do to stop the effects of what I just drank, then I want to do it. And so I ended up Googling abortion pill reversals, and a pregnancy hotline number popped up. And I called the hotline number. They immediately walked me through the process, urgently trying to obtain a prescription for progesterone, which is the key component of an abortion reversal. You're adding the hormones back in that abortion pills are trying to deplete. And so, um, just miraculously, I started digging through my medicine cabinet. I had been prescribed progesterone in a previous pregnancy, and I was able, with the medical attention from the pregnancy hotline number call, they were able to guide me with the exact dosage that I needed to take, and I was able to do so within an hour of being poisoned. I continued to get sick the rest of the day, heavy bleeding, ended up in the emergency room, and I was asked to submit a urine sample. And when I came out of the bathroom in the emergency room, my urine sample was black in color. They rushed to go get a doctor. They believed I was going into kidney failure. They immediately started antibiotics and IV. And we ended up doing a sonogram. And that was the first time that I ever saw my daughter's heartbeat. It was strong. And we believe that the abortion pill reversal regimen saved her life. Um, he continued to attempt to poison me 6 more times over the course of the next 39 days. I worked with a private investigator. We saved the cups. We tried to obtain as much evidence as we could. And ultimately, on the seventh drink, my husband was caught on a hidden camera in my house, pulling a Ziploc bag with crushed powder out of his pocket. And he put it into a drink and then presented me with the drink. After that, I was able to make my statement to the Houston Police Department, provide them with all of the evidence that we had obtained. The drink that he made in that video did indeed test positive for abortion drugs. And he was arrested in May of 2022. So I'm so grateful to be able to have the opportunity to share my story with y'all today. And obviously, very grateful that our lives were spared in this attempted murder attack. And I truly believe what man meant for evil, that God meant for good. And I hope that by continuing to share my story, that women will be able to identify the threats of coerced and forced abortion, and that they will be able to better protect themselves and their children. So thank you for having me.